给他，我们一来跟我一样，愿意。
但是你比我要年轻的多了，你要比我年轻11岁。看到你，你看你刚从日本来，那完了以后，你今天晚上就要到韩国去，晚上又就要回国。
And I know that this time you came from Japan, and this evening you will be heading for the Republic of Korea.
Well, Mr. President, I bring you greetings from your good friend President Bush.
首先呢，我把您的好朋友的问候，就是布什总统呢，带给您。
And we have had good meetings this morning so far with not only Foreign Minister Tang, but of course Vice President Hu. Covered a large number of issues, both of a bilateral nature and with respect to international issues of the day.
谈话不只是跟谭外长谈话，我也跟胡。
Clearly not the American press, but that's all right. I think they're anxious to play as helpful a role as they can. They have a long, deep, and historic relationship with North Korea. They understand North Korea and North Korea's leaders. I think they prefer to play their role quietly, but they have a clear understanding of our desires and our interests. And I thanked Foreign Minister Tang and Vice President Hu for the role that they have been playing. And we perhaps will have some other ideas that we can pursue with the Chinese in the days and weeks ahead. And we started to discuss some of those ideas today, but I'm not at liberty to share them with you.
I want to know how United States make sure the two.
So it is not just a matter between the United States and North Korea just because North Korea says it's a matter between just the United States and North Korea. It is a matter that is of concern to Japan. It's a matter of concern to South Korea, who has found its commitment to North Korea, its agreement with North Korea violated. It's a matter for the International Atomic Energy Agency. They reported it to the Security Council. It is a matter for the international community. Hi.
Power. And I'm the reporter of CCTV.
We have been doing everything we can to avoid a war. We have been using the United Nations, both the United States and China and other members of the Security Council, and working hard to see if we can not get Iraq to comply and avoid a war. And there is still time to avoid a war, but we must not be afraid of a conflict if a conflict is what it takes to remove weapons of mass destruction from Iraq. We are not talking to any of our friends and colleagues about slicing up the pie, so to speak, after the conflict.
Okay, last question, right?
And that must not be allowed. That was a clear intent. We're a little concerned that after a year of promising steps in this area and a very productive U.S.-China human rights dialogue last December, we have seen some setbacks on human rights that threaten to undercut the progress that we have previously made. Since the December dialogue, we have been deeply concerned by the execution of a prominent Tibetan, the detention of more than a dozen democracy activists, and the continuation of a pattern of inconsistent and irregular legal and judicial procedures.
The two China Chinese
With the world. Our post-September 11th to continue in our efforts to. It's very unwise to stereotype people with one-word labels. I have always advocated peaceful solutions to international crises. I've been a soldier. I've fought in wars. I've lost friends in wars. I've sent men and women to die in battle. So I hate war. And anything that can be done to avoid a war should be done. But when a war cannot be avoided, then fight it, and fight it well. Now, what does that make me? You pick. But that is my personal philosophy. Avoid war, but if you have to fight it, do it well, get it over with. When it was passed Thank you.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.